Hey guys, it's been about a year and a half, and I thought I'd come back at you again and let you know what's been going on with my channel. And the answer is, quite honestly, not much. I've just been doing this myself. I have about 700 followers. I've had some people ask me some questions here and there, and I thought, why should I maintain silence? Why not share what I'm learning as I'm going and help other people figure out how to trade? Okay, so what am I doing here is, first of all the old videos on this channel, pretty much ignore them. You know, how to trade using Blue Sky Day. That video is crap because the indicator's crap. It turns out it passed posts and it's not good. Other videos I have, pretty much ignore, except for what you've been doing wrong trading in the stock market, and other videos like how to trade the news, how to trade earnings. Those videos are still important, pertinent, but I'll have to rearrange this channel and redo some of those old ones and go from there. So right now I'm just going to show you real quick what I'm doing. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is basically two things. I'm playing the 5-minute chart on Tradingview, and I'm also playing the daily. Okay. The daily is when you have about $1.5 grand, and you could just trade forever with that. All right. And I'll show you what I'm doing. Now for the 5-minute chart, this is pretty simple. Here are the indicators I'm using: CM slingshot system, MACD crossover, God mode, and divergence indicator. You see these things that are like not highlighted. It's because I got them hidden. I'm not using the UT bot or the super trend on this one. I'm not using those, so I'm keeping those hidden. So these are the ones I'm using: the CM slingshot system, MACD crossover, God mode, divergence indicator. Using these. Also, yeah, there's two more here. Let me try clicking them. 8. Now this is like a 25-day, 50-day, but whatever. I'm not really using that. So this is how this works. When this changes color, see it's like going green, red. Okay, green, red. When it changes color, I look to qualify it to see if I want to trade it. So, for example, I'm using the 5-minute. When the CM slingshot system turns green, I look down here. I come straight down. Is this going in an up position? Is this going in an up position? Has it not hit the ceiling yet? Is it still on its way up? And if that's the case, then I get in. I get in with like a 2 or 3 day option, a couple options out of the money, and I just trade it. I just buy it straight out. And the thing is, when you're trading only 2 or 3 days out, you could easily find a 30-cent, 50-cent, dollar option, because they're low cost, because they're dangerous, quite frankly. They expire in 2 to 3 days. The nice thing is, if you read these indicators correctly, they're on the upswing, then the thing's going to pop and you could get out pretty easily with like 50 to 100%, definitely 50%, most likely 100%. And then you just you set it for whatever 50 or 100% it is, and you just walk away and you let it do its thing. Now, there's been some instances where you don't want to purchase. So right here it turned red, okay? And I wait for a second, and I don't like it when it's off the line. When it turns red, I like that candle's pretty much nearer the line than it is down here, and they kind of went down here. Like, for example, I don't touch this one. When it turned red, it's way off the line, and I don't touch that. So back to this one. It turns red, and I look down here, these indicators, and they're kind of swinging up. See what I'm saying? You got the crossover here. This divergence indicator was already in an upswing, which tells me that it's going to be a failed down rally, because you want, when you're picking red, you want it to go down because you're buying puts, and when it's green, you want it to go up because you're buying calls. That expire in about 2 to 3 days for like 30, 50 cents, 75 cents, 80 cents, whatever you're buying the call contract at. Let's take a look at these. So when you're doing this, I go maybe, let's say, 3 days out. All right. I'm not doing 1 or 2. I'm doing minimum 3, and if I can't find 3, like right here, all I have is 4. I'll go to 4. And let's say I saw the red, so I'm doing puts. Then I come down here, and I'm looking. Let's say I want $1. So I come on down. Let's see, because these are still moving because they're expiring soon. So come down here to 98 cents, and I'll purchase this one. Right now I do have this open. I have the 394s, and I bought for $150, 150 bucks, and they expire Monday. So we'll see if the market drops like I think it will, and I'll explain why I think it's going to drop later. So back to this. So let's go to the next one. So then you saw it turn green, and this indicator's on its way up. This is on its way up. This is on its way up. That's what you want with green ones, and that's correct. But then I saw these dots, which is signaling top for me when these dots show up. So then I'll just bail out of it, and I pretty much get out even money or with a little bit of extra money. And I see I'm looking for the next. All right, red. Okay, see it's way off the bone. It's down there. I don't touch that. You know. Then I go to green here, and crossover, kind of on its way down, a little bit of crossover. I don't touch it. Now that when you see spikes, that kind of means it's almost over. Now I come over here, and it just turns red, and I like this. Okay, it's stuff going down, especially when this red line separates from the blue on its way down. Means pretty big down. And then this is on its way down. All right, that's a good one. So then I would go buy puts at 30 cents, 50 cents, buck, whatever, about 3 days out, and boom, the next day, cash, maybe 2 to 3 times. It drops. Okay, then I just get out. I don't do anything else. The reason why I don't keep trying to play it the same color when it's already done is because usually when it just changes over, that's the majority of force of when something's going to happen. And then you'll see it kind of peters out a little bit. And, okay. So right here, let's see, what do I do here? Yep, I would get in. Things are on its way down, way down, way down. So I expect this to go down in the next couple days. So that's what I do with the 5 minute, okay? Pretty straightforward. Once again, if you do find things that don't match up, all right, let's look at this. Yep, on its way up, on its way up, on its way up. Good. Ding, right? Let's look over here. You saw the red. On its way down, way down, way down. Kind of close to the bottom, but I'm still taking. Now right here. Okay. I don't like the jump. Remember that off the bone thing? So ignore it. Right over here. You turn red. Okay, here's an example of don't touch. This is kind of like a porcupine. It turns red, but look at these indicators. They're on the way up, up, up. No, you don't want that one. You would ignore that. Let's look over here. All right, that's a crazy jump. I don't like things that just did a crazy jump, like way high off it. I set that one out. It turns out this was because of news. Powell was making some comments about future interest rate hikes, and that kind of overrides technicals. News overrides temporarily technicals, but then it settles back in. So back over here. Yeah. All right. On the way down, on the way down, on the way down, even though it says at the bottom, but since I see that it's separated off the red and the blue, I still see room coming down, and it goes down. So, now once you get up to about $1.50, 1 second. Once you get up to about $1.50, then you could start playing the bigger money, but more safer. 5 minutes is more dangerous. And here's the way it works with the stock market. The closer time frame you have, the more chaotic things can be. It's kind of like if you zoom out and get a bigger picture of the market, like one day, things chug slower. It's more safe to look at the indicators. It's slower. It's like backing up from a forest to see the trees. But when you come in real close to a forest and get your face right up to a tree and just look at the molecular level and then the atomic level of a tree, you'll just see quantum chaos. Things vibrating fast, moving fast. It's tough trading the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, but I have been doing okay using the 5 minute here. But the safe thing to do is back it up to the daily. Now the daily, I tend not to use the colors on the slingshot. I just use these things, like God mode, MACD crossover, and divergence indicator, but mostly these two things. So check it out. You go about. Here I put it up here. Stocks you wanna go about 2 months out using the daily chart here. You go about 2 months out, and then about on Robinhood about I use two options. I go 12 out for about $6.50, okay? And then I go about $24 outside the money for about $2.50, okay? Sometimes these vary. It could be, 12, 13 bucks, then still about $2.50, $3.50. It'll be about $1,300, okay? So I do two of them. And what I do is, at the peaks here, I buy puts. At the bottoms here, I buy calls. I just look very carefully for the crossover where the top looked like it peaked. Sometimes I use this. And you just do that forever, right? Now let's go back. Sometimes that's tough to figure out when you're in a big market upswing like you have been for like the last year and a half, where things just keep going up. In that case, you just want to roll out, wait for little dips and then roll out. You don't see things going past the halfway mark. Well, then you just wait for things to dip with these spikes. Then you get in, you roll out, and then you get better options. But it's much more clear when things start to get a little wiggly here. You see tops and bottoms, and that's pretty much what I do with those. And let's go back to this. All right, yeah. So basically daily and 5 minutes. And there's a few other things that I do, and I have another list of things you can get into. I will cover that in another video, but I just wanted to give you a snapshot of what I've been doing recently. It's just basically using these indicators you see on the screen, trading the 5 minutes, and with the 5 minutes, you're going to have to be in for the day. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to be working and doing this. I guess you could have a phone if you check it every half hour, 40 minutes. I guess that's fine. You could be. The nice thing is a little amount of money needed to start with this. I started with like 30 bucks, 40 bucks. So it's, if you have any job whatsoever, you can scrape that together and just get started. And then, you start doubling, 40 bucks, 80 bucks, then you're at 100, then 200, 400, and then, 800, and then 1600, and then you get much more safer. So you have about 5 doublings, get much more safer with that one day, and just do it from there. And I'll have some other videos of other ways you can make money in the market upcoming. All right, thanks a lot for watching.